Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is the results of my egg fast. Welcome back. Today's video, like I said, is going to be the egg fast results. Interesting things happened and I'm so excited to share. So let's start off. I'm just going to recap because I've been getting some questions. Before I did the egg fast, I was on a program called Optavia, which is a meal replacement plan. The primary source of protein for the meals that I was eating was soy protein. And while soy is usually pretty safe for most people, I apparently just over the last few times of going back on program, I get symptoms that mimic estrogen. And I am postmenopausal. Back in October, I had an episode of bleeding after completing menopause, and I had to have a transvaginal ultrasound. I had to have a regular ultrasound. I had to have a uterine biopsy to make sure that the bleeding wasn't coming from, God forbid, something else. It was determined that they saw a little something on one of my ovaries, but they didn't feel that it was emergent, that I have anything done to it. They let me wait a couple of weeks in between that and the uterine biopsy, and the biopsy came back clean. I also had labs clean. Whatever they saw was not there at the last ultrasound. So that was really good news. So I went back on Optavia just about, I can't even think right now, you guys, a month or two ago. And was it a month ago? I don't even know. I know I was doing really good on it though, because it's just simple if you follow it. Was having really good results. And then I got some breast tenderness, and this happened to me the last time when I was telling you about what happened to me in October. The same thing happened. The breasts got a little bit engorged, very tender and painful. And then I started bleeding. So the same thing started happening. The breast tenderness came back. I decided to, it was too much of a coincidence for me. Back on Optavia for a couple of weeks, and then all of a sudden that breast tenderness came back. So I stopped it. And I vowed myself to not go back on it because, in my opinion, there's a correlation. So I stopped it. And in order to get myself going on not just going hog wild, because I was coming off of that and I wanted my weight loss to continue, I decided to do an egg fast. It came about randomly. I was just thinking about my life, and what has worked successfully for me was when I did Optavia. I lost 50 pounds on that several years ago. But since then, I've been struggling. So anyway, therapy, I've gone and still continue and discuss my personal life with my therapist, but also the addiction that I thought was food, but in reality, it's somewhat of an addiction to fast weight loss. Like, I know I could lose weight and be very slow about it and still have it happen, but I want it quickly. I wanted it by June 20th, my birthday. And whether that's realistic or not, I cannot afford to have health issues or concerns. And I'm not saying that Optavia is the root cause of it, because I don't know. What I'm saying is there was a coincidental, like when I'm on it for like a month or so, the breasts get tender. And then lo and behold, I was at work Saturday, the one that just passed. Today is Monday. So on Saturday morning, I went to work. I had a patient I had to see, and I'm standing there talking to her, and I felt a gush. And I was like, it literally felt like I was pregnant and water broke. But I'm not pregnant. I'm almost 55. And what the hell was that? So I excused myself. I went to the bathroom, and I had blood everywhere. Everywhere. It was just everywhere. So, of course, I could not go back in with my patient. So I had to clean myself up in the bathroom. I had to excuse myself, and I had to come home. When I tell you the ride home, which was about a half hour, the back pain and the cramps that I was having, you would have thought I was miscarrying. You would have thought. It was really bad. My breasts for the week before this were so tender. I went to work twice without a bra, could not get my seatbelt over my chest. They were so sore. And that's what I was like, this has to be the food I'm eating, right? So I stopped it. And lo and behold, I started this egg fast. And when I stopped it, a few days in, that breast tenderness was going away. And then on Saturday, a gush of blood. So, of course, I reached out to my doctor, who was unavailable because it was a weekend, and I didn't want to go to the emergency room. So what I decided to do on Saturday, since I had up until today, was to just monitor myself. I had no fever. I was not nauseous. I wasn't hemorrhaging, but it was legit like a period, just how I used to get them. So I figured, since I have the weekend, I'll still reach out to my doctor again, but because I don't want to go to the ER, let me just monitor myself. So Saturday, I was on the couch with a heating pad the whole day, terrified. Why am I bleeding? 6 months after my biopsy, here we go again, right? And could it just be hormones? Yeah, but what is stimulating the estrogen? So we know soy has effect on some people, not everybody. Clearly, it's an issue for me. Clearly, right? Not saying that stuff is bad, but it's affecting me. So Sunday came yesterday, same thing, on the couch, heating pad, although the cramps were a little bit better yesterday. The breast tenderness is literally gone. There's just like the slightest, like I have to squeeze it for it to hurt. And I'm wearing a bra today because I was at work. So, phoned the doctor, have an upcoming appointment. They said just treat it like it's a period, keep track, how many days, what it's like, is it getting heavier, is it getting lighter, what's going on. It is getting lighter. Today would be day 3 of bleeding. What the hell, guys? So anyway, it's literally like a period, because the breast tenderness, then the breast tenderness starts to go away, and boom, here comes the bleeding. So if there is a correlation with my body and soy, it is possible that the soy is inducing cycles. It happens. Read about it. And, you know, I was talking to a bunch of people over the weekend about this, and I was absolutely blown away. There were some people who had never ever heard of such a thing, and the amount of people that wrote to me, texted me, messaged me, all kinds of things, saying that either they know somebody this happened to, it happened to them, in some ways like mine and in others different, that the soy protein, because it's processed, was the catalyst for these kinds of things. I don't know. So like I said, I made a vow. I got rid of all of the Optavia. There's not one sachet in my house. And so like I said, I have been doing the egg fast. What that is, I did make 1 or 2 videos on it in my library. And what that was all I ate was eggs, butter, and a little bit of cheese, 1 or 2 ounces a day. And I did that. My intent was to do 3 to 5 days. I wound up doing 6, and I had a really good result. I have been watching a ton of videos of Dr. Anthony Chafee. I have watched a couple of female physicians, Dr. Ken Berry, over and over, Dr. Sean Baker, and clearly eating the egg fast will get me right back into that good deep ketosis. And I have to tell you, my bloat is going away. My skin is much better. I obviously lost some of the bloat My clothes are fitting better. I am sleeping through the night, which I haven't slept through the night in a long time. I've slept good, but not like this. This is that deep, good sleep. I wake up energized. I don't have a slump in the middle of the day. I have no urge for the coffee in the middle of the day. I have 1 cup in the morning, done. I am no longer hungry at breakfast time, so I'm able to go all the way until 12 o'clock or so. The other day was 12:30. I have my first meal. I have my dinner. Done. I don't think of food. I don't have that food chatter. And the interesting thing about it is I've been researching how this works. It's like Ozempic. Think about it. Ozempic. That kills the food chatter. It decreases the hunger. And that GLP-1 hormone that you get when you take Ozempic or any of those drugs is the same hormone that your body makes when you don't eat sugar and carbs. It's the same thing. So interesting, right? I always said I would never do Ozempic, and I mean that. But I'm getting the same effect by eating the way I've been eating. Who would have thought? It's all over the internet. You can watch these doctors, OBGYNs, all these metabolic doctors, and even ones that aren't, but their research is showing that when you eat little to no carbohydrates, that GLP is just spiked. Guys, I am not hungry. It's ridiculous. I have no cravings. I don't need to add extra protein. I just eat, and I eat normal, but I don't overeat, and I don't hear like, hey, I'm a cookie and I'm in your pantry and I want you to eat me. I don't hear that stuff anymore. No appetite for those things. So it's out of my system. The sugar from the Optavia is gone. The processed stuff is gone. Now, I told you I did 6 days, right? So today is actually day 8. So what did I eat today and yesterday? Well, I'm going to tell you. So I did go to Costco, and I made a video on that the other day. And if you looked inside my shopping cart or you looked at the things I got, it was predominantly that ketovore, carnivore-ish stuff. That's what I've had. I made a big chuck roast in my slow cooker the other day, and all I put on it was salt. That's it. And I let it cook for about 8 hours on low, and it was like butter. A little bit into a plate, a little bit of butter on top, some salt. It was like, oh my God. It was delicious. I've been having eggs and some cheese for breakfast. I'm not doing any like creepy recipes, although I tried and I had egg noodles when I was on the egg fast. That was just, it didn't come out as, they were good, but I do so well, feeling so good when I just eat the meat, right? So I know that I said last time it was very unsustainable for me to do this long term, but now where I see this correlation between painful breasts and now again another bleeding episode, I cannot afford to keep going back to that addiction of quick weight loss. However, I have had quick weight loss and I'm eating sometimes up to 1,800 calories a day. I know, crazy, because on Optavia, I wasn't even getting 1,000 calories on some days. And my weight struggled. I was puffy. I was inflamed. I couldn't sleep well. I was always stressed out. My job is very stressful. And now I'm just like, I feel free from that. I don't look at the clock. I don't have an alarm set on my phone. I just eat when I'm hungry. And like I said, it's always in the afternoon. I eat, and then a few hours later, I have a little bit before, like the dinner time, and I can go out and eat. I don't have to look at a dining out guide. If I want a snack, I don't have to worry that a piece of gum is a snack. Like, I can actually eat something. It's food freedom again, and I'm glad to be back doing this. Although that quick weight loss plan for people that want to lose weight quickly and aren't afraid or shouldn't be afraid, but, do your due diligence, excuse me, Educate yourself before you dive into anything. Even what I'm doing now, educate yourself. You do you, I do me. This is just my life. I'm sharing it with you. That's it. So today, what did I have? I had 3 eggs for breakfast, 2 slices of regular bacon. So good. I made over easy and I dipped the bacon in that egg yolk. It was so good. And I didn't add any added like butter or anything because the eggs are fatty and so is the bacon. So I'm learning now that I don't always have to add butter. I don't always have to add all of that stuff. And I'm just content. I'm not stuffed. I feel really good. So I'm going to continue. Some of the doctors do recommend that you do this for at least 90 days to heal the body, to see how you're doing, and all of those things. What I have to tell you, though, is interesting. The outfit that I'm wearing today, this is a work outfit, and I love it. And it is, it's just like a satiny blouse, right? And today I wore a pair of pants that about a month ago fit me, but they were a little snug in that like lower poochy area. Huh. Guys, I put them right on today. My pooch, I had 2 C-sections. My little pooch that I have is so much flatter than it was. It's still there, but it's flatter. Like the bloat, the edema, that fluid retention, even like look at my hands, okay? My hands, my rings, I'm telling you, everything is going in the right direction. And it's only been, today is day 8. What is 90 days going to bring me? Right to my birthday, close. Let me see, hold on. Alexa, how many days until June 20th?
Thursday, June 20th, 2024 is in 59 days.
So in 59 days, it will be my 55th birthday. I am not going to give up. I'm doing this till then because my goal with that other plan was to do it till my birthday. I'm doing this to my birthday. And on my birthday, I will decide whether I continue or what have you. But I'm telling you, if I can heal my body, if I can get rid of the food chatter and not have cravings and sleep well again, and live my life with my job and not have to set an alarm on my clock to eat and all those other things, like food freedom. This is food freedom. And I also know how bad sugar is. And the fuelings that I was choosing had sugar, added sugar. Read the box. Why? Why do I need the soy and the sugar? Why? And the low fat. I'm telling you, this is stuff I already know. For me, again, I'm speaking for me only. Low fat is always going to be a trigger because you're not satiated. When I look back to this last time, though, I wasn't hungry. And I feel that it was because I was sticking to the program, which it does work if you stick to it. But I still had food chatter. I was able to distract myself from it, but it was still there. Right now, and for the last week, gone. No food chatter. I don't think about food. I only eat when I'm hungry, and that's it. So anyway, let me tell you how much I lost, and that's also something that I've been watching in the YouTube community from these physicians, is that weight loss and fat loss are 2 different things. Weight loss is fluid. Fat loss is recomposition of the body. That's what I want. I don't want to lose bone and muscle. And if I'm eating less than 1,000 calories a day and I'm getting really virtually no good fats in my body except 2 little healthy fats, it's not enough for me. Again, I'm just talking me and I'm not bashing. I'm just telling you. I do much better when I eat fat. And I noticed, even on the other program, as much as I love shrimp and things, it was when I ate the lean category, so like burgers, salmon, the fattier things always kept me better than if I had like chicken breast and broccoli and a fourth of an avocado and some lettuce. Like that was when I when I was watching some of my videos to see what I was eating, I was like, okay, I could see maybe why I wasn't optimal with my health. Although I was getting there, right? Because I was losing weight, but I want to lose fat. I don't want to lose the muscle that I still have, or I don't want osteoporosis. I don't want it. And I've known this thing for so long, and I constantly bebop all over the place. But when you start bleeding after menopause twice and both correlated with getting back on program, I just can't do it anymore. I cannot. It's not worth it to me. So I, along with my husband, sat down and I discussed it. And even he said, he's like, Laura, you seem to have these problems when you get back on this. He hates it. He hates it. He respects me and he understands it, but he hates it because he says that when I'm on it, I am not my true self. I am a little bit more moody. I am a little bit more fatigued. And he says he feels like I'm always pushing myself. He says when I'm off of it, he goes like, this week you've been amazing. You're chill. You see things differently. I'm not argumentative and all of those things. So it's interesting, right? And that all correlates with hormones. So I cannot have soy. That's it. I'm just not going to do the processed stuff. I am going to go up to my birthday, June 20th, eating meat, healthy fat, fish, all of those things, chicken thighs with the skin, and I'm going to bang it out of the park and get healthy. I will keep you updated on what my OBGYN says about the bleeding and all that. I really hope I don't have to go for another ultrasound and all that stuff, but whatever I have to do to be healthy and make sure I'm okay, I will have to do. Hoping it's not, hoping this is just some period. I don't know. And let's get to the weigh-in. I want to tell you what I did lose. So aside from a couple of inches, which I know I lost because I told you my pants fit different and my bras fit different, I still lost on the scale. So let's talk about that right now. Ready? Here we go. Drum roll, please. That's right, guys. I lost 4 pounds in 6 days. Eating, ready? 1,500 to 1,800 calories in a day, which is like double of what I was eating, right? So I'm eating twice as many calories. Let's just round it, right? Twice as many calories, a lot more healthy fats, and no sugar. How can that be wrong? It's not, and it's my life, and that's what I'm doing. So for those of you interested in following this journey, continue to hang out here. If you're really not interested and you don't have, kind things and positivity to say, you can go. I'm fine with that. We'll miss you, but it's your life too, and you have to watch what you like. So this is what I'm doing. I'm not going to probably explain it anymore, but I will explain what's going on. And like I said, I'll give you an update on this bleeding scenario. All right, guys, so that's today's video. I love you all so much. Thank you for watching my video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.